Welcome back to BD. Time is 8:21. Current issue of Chatelaine. Very important article here. Good morning. We have Anna Sharratt here with Chatelaine, the health editor. Oops, sorry, Johnny. This is all about trying to find the doctor that's right for you and pretty much just trying to find one in general. Why is there such a shortage with family doctors right now?
Well, a lot of doctors are actually going south. They want to be Dr. McDreamy, and they're heading to the U.S. And also there have been a lot of quotas on med school enrollment. So there's been a shortage of sort of younger doctors coming in. At the same time, a lot of older doctors have been retiring. So there isn't sort of the numbers that we need to keep everybody happy.
Yeah, and I was reading the article, and it was saying that there's actually more financial incentives for doctors now to specialize, so they're not necessarily doing the GP thing anymore.
That's right. Yeah, to be a family doctor, I mean, it's, a great profession, but it doesn't pay the same as, a heart surgeon or somebody who specializes in, something that'll pay you a lot more. So
Right.
It's a lot more rewarding for them.
And why is it so important? Because a lot of people say, I'll just go to the hospital when I'm in an emergency, or I'll do a walk-in clinic if I have something that ails me. But you say that's problematic too when it comes to your overall health.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you want a family doctor to have a history of your health, to be abreast of sort of what your medical problems are. You don't want to just keep going into clinics and meeting up with people who don't know your history. And
it's really important because they can definitely help, proactively if they know what's going on with your parents and your grandparents in terms of diagnosis and what to look for. And also, you don't have to spend hours in an emergency room when you just have the sniffles, right?
Exactly. And that's clogging up the emergency rooms as well, which we've all heard reports on.
Okay, so tips. How do we, with this shortage and with a long waiting list, how do we locate a family doctor for people who are looking right now? What are some tips?
Well, basically it's sort of like job hunting. You essentially have to start networking, get your feelers out, tell everybody you know that you're looking for a doctor, and that way they can sort of negotiate on your behalf. Because, a lot of these people have been with the same doctor for 20 years. So if they then go and they say, I have someone in my family or a friend who needs a doctor, they can then get you in and sort of advocate on your behalf.
I love how you describe it, kind of squeeze in through the side door, right? So they will actually take on family and friends if you plead their case?
Yes, they will.
Another interesting thing is you say you have to kind of type up and write up your health resume. Why is that?
Well, it's sort of a personal approach. Doctors get so many faxes. It's very impersonal right now. So to actually write a letter and explain your medical condition and why you want to be with that doctor, I think that'll go a long way in getting them to actually hear your case and prevent you from becoming a number.
Okay, and then you say get them while they're young. What do you mean?
Well, basically there's a lot of sort of up-and-coming doctors, and they often practice in teaching hospitals. So if you get into a family unit at a hospital, you can often get in with a resident, and then when they move on, they'll move you to the next resident who comes in. So it's sort of cobbling together some doctors for you.
Okay, if not, you always say ask if there's a waiting list, and you say see a nurse practitioner. Why?
Well, nurse practitioners, I mean, they're not doctors, but they have a lot of the powers of doctors. They can prescribe, they can recommend treatments. So they're a great alternative, especially in smaller communities where there might not be a doctor, where they've left, or there's just a lack of physicians.
Okay. Do you recommend cold calling through Yellow Pages?
Yep, that's another alternative. That's sort of a last resort stage, but you can often land somebody that way. Just run your finger along and see if you can find somebody.
So important, and so many great tips. We couldn't get to them all today. Pick up the issue of Chatelaine, like I said, on stands now to read all about it. If not, you could go to chatelaine.com. Thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend. Over to Janet, Live Eye.